So that's the problem with misgendering in the first place, is that you're not going to have a consistent definition of what it is.
This is what I mean when I say that I feel unsafe if someone is misgendering me or is actively misgendering other people. Safety is relative, right? And violence isn't only physical in nature. Emotional and psychological violence both exist. And when I have made it clear what my pronouns are and that I'm like a genderqueer trans person, and someone decides to ignore that, and then deliberately will like...
So how do you make it clear? Because, I'm not even sure, what is a genderqueer trans person? You know what I mean? I feel like you could ask 10 people that question and people would not know what to say. It's like, what is that definition? You could really go a million ways with it, and that's kind of the issue, but let's keep going.
Misgender me, that is a form of violence because they are enacting a something that is hurtful toward me on purpose. And violence like that makes me feel unsafe because I don't know what else that person is necessarily capable of and what kind of harm
Okay, so misgendering is violence. Okay, so let's break this down. Two things. First of all, what does it mean to misgender? How can you misgender somebody? In my opinion, like I said in my previous videos, if you are living in a world where there's no objective truth, if you're living in a world where there's no reality and there's no foundation of truth, you're gonna write your own rules to life. You're gonna create your own truth. You're going to have your own version of reality that, says you can make as many genders as you want. There's no such thing as male and female, thousands of genders, all these types of things. And there's going to be no truth. So really misgendering is really up to you. So, the issue here is that your definition of misgendering does not match everybody else's. For example, my definition of misgendering, which is based in the truth, is me seeing a woman and calling her a man. That is legitimately misgendering someone. But this definition here from this person, she's saying that misgendering means that you're not going to comply and use, the terms that she wants to be called by, which is flawed in itself because, like I said, the terms themselves likely do not represent reality in a lot of times. It comes down to biological sex, when it comes down to, like I said in my previous video, bone structure, these types of things. Even the way that people walk, you can probably look at somebody a lot of the times and say, you know what, that's probably a woman, that's probably a man. So that's the problem with misgendering in the first place, is that you're not going to have a consistent definition of what it is. And the second part here, she says on purpose, right?
That is hurtful toward me on purpose. And
on purpose. So it's just guaranteed it's on purpose. So you're assuming that everybody has an intention to misgender you just to hurt your feelings, when it's literally not even close to the case. If somebody's going to misgender, and don't get me wrong, there probably is a small percentage of the population that, is going to genuinely be hurtful in their sayings, and they might just be a jerk and do that to you. But the vast majority of people, when they misgender you, it's because they genuinely don't understand, or also, possibly they're trying to use the proper pronouns or gender, that they perceive you to be, and all the time, a lot of times it's not going to match up with how you identify. And also the third problem here is that when you try to force somebody to use your pronouns, you are basically forcing them to sacrifice what they know to be the truth. For example, my version of reality, which says God created human beings male and female. You're telling me that me misgendering you is violence because I don't want to use the terms that you want me to use because they don't represent reality. Because my views are based in the truth, the objective truth, which does exist, okay? That's the problem, okay? These people that are saying it's violence, they want to force you to comply to use their terms. And I'm going to go ahead, and the final thing here is let's go ahead and play this video and I'll get to it.
Violence like that makes me feel unsafe because I don't know what else that person is necessarily capable of and what kind of harm, psychological or otherwise, it could then later inflict on me.
It's going to inflict psychological harm on you, and it's going to make you feel unsafe and basically scramble everything up that you're thinking about, because the fact is, the truth will do that, okay? The truth will do that. And if you're living in a reality that is not based in truth, then the second somebody brings some truth to your life, it's going to shine a bright light on that area, and you're going to be like, whoa, 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 and you probably will feel unsafe. If you have convinced yourself for years or months or however long that, you are these pronouns and these genders, and somebody says, excuse me, miss, and you're a woman, you're born a biological woman, and you get offended and it causes you to feel unsafe, is because that is literally the truth. That's literally the truth. Okay, your chromosomes are a certain way. Your DNA is a certain way. You cannot change that. And I want to say, like, I have no ill will towards this person or really anybody that is, experiencing gender dysphoria. The truth does matter, and I will say the truth. I'm not scared to speak the truth. And the truth, unfortunately for this person and these people that are, championing this ideology, don't understand that their views and what they're saying just does not align with the truth. So it's not fair to force everybody else to comply with your version of reality, because this is not. It just doesn't align with actual reality. So that's kind of my thoughts on this situation. Absolutely not. It's not committing violence to misgender somebody, especially if you're using the proper pronouns. I mean, like I said, the real definition of misgendering would be going to a real man or a real woman. When I say real, I mean DNA-wise, and saying, this is a man, I'm going to call you a woman. That's misgendering somebody. But even in that example, I would say is not committing violence. So that's my thoughts on this thing. Let me know what you guys think down below. Do you guys disagree or agree with me? Let me know. I don't care if you agree or not. I just want to hear your thoughts. But with that being said, if you made it this far in the video, make sure you like the video. Subscribe here to Common Sense for more political and news commentary from a common sense, unbiased perspective. With that being said, I will see everybody next video. Peace out.